Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maria and we do DIYs here. Today I'm going to be making a Palo Santo holder. So the reason why I had to make one is because I haven't actually found one online that's actually going to hold the Palo Santo. Palo Santo is like an incense, but it's pieces of wood. So the problem with the ones that you get at the store is I find that they're a little small. So we're going to make something a little bit unique today and figure out if it's more worth it to buy one in the store or make one yourself. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is get some modeling clay. So this one pack cost me $1.50 and it comes in this one big block. You're going to open it up. You should probably use some gloves just because it does get a little bit messy and it does go under your fingernails. However, it does wash off really easily, especially if you're using the natural clay. Once you have it opened, you're going to get a small plate and make sure you're protecting your surface. I just used some saran wrap on my table just to kind of protect it. And then I got a small plate as to what size I actually wanted this to be. And I'm going to start molding it. The plate I also wrapped in saran wrap. That way it doesn't actually damage the plate and a lot less cleaning for you. Then you're going to start molding the actual clay to the plate and push down with your fingers. You're going to need a little bit of water beside you just to help you mold the clay a lot easier and smoother. Once you have the base completed, you're just going to get a little glass. I used a little shot glass, and this is actually a Palo Santo that was burned before, just to make sure that that's the right size that I want. And I placed the indent of the glass right in the center, and then I'm going to get another small piece of clay to kind of mold around the shot glass, just so I have the base started for the actual holder part. Once you're happy with the overall size, you're just going to attach the two by using some water. So I'm just putting the water on the bottom of it, and then I'm going to continue molding it. So I'm kind of going for like a flower poppy type of look where it has the indents on the top. That's going to guarantee that I can use different sizes of Palo Santo and it can lean without falling out. And then just attach it with water. Using water, that really softens up the clay and gives you room to play with it. Kind of like the Ghost movie from back in the day. I know I'm aging myself a little bit here, but it was a lot of fun to work with clay and taking your time and making unique things with it. Once you're happy with the shape, all you're going to do is just use the water to get any of those indents from fingernails or fingerprints out, because we want to make sure that it's smooth when it's dry. With the leftover piece of clay that I had left, I'm actually going to try to make an incense holder. So I'm making a leaf, so I'm just going to flatten it out and create the shape of the leaf. So incense holders are really typical. You can get them at the Dollar Tree as well. You can find them at Walmart, and they're very inexpensive, but at the same time, some of them are not very practical. That's why I'm creating the leaf shape. If you're using incense, you know that they're going to be falling down as they're burning. So the leaf is really going to hold the pieces of incense that are burned off. I'm also going to make a fatter part of the stem right there, and I'm going to use a paintbrush to kind of push it down in. This is what's going to hold the actual incense in place and create that space so it can actually hold the incense. Once you're happy with the way it looks, all you're going to do is use some water to again just smooth out any of the clay to make sure that it's nice and straight and there's no indentation from your fingers on it, because once you paint it, you'll really see. So all I'm going to do now is just using a sharp tool just to create the little leaf strokes. This is totally optional how you want to design it. I'm going to be painting it, so you might not even see it, but I just figured why not, just so I can have the guidelines of where I need to paint after it's dry. Once you're done all of your creations, you're going to give it at least 24 hours rest so it can fully dry. As you can see, it's drying with a little bit of a bumps on top, so that's totally fine. You can still use some water and smooth it out as it's drying, and then just give it a little bit more time to dry on a windowsill or on a heater. Once it's dry, you can remove any plastic wrap and discard it, because that's just what kept our plate clean and just less cleaning overall. You can see that it dried really nice and smooth. It's kind of like stone now and nice and sturdy. You can also remove any of the paint brushes or pencil or whatever you use to create the hole. It should not be attached any longer. And then we're going to start painting. So this is personal preference. I'm doing the leaf all white. And for the Palo Santo holder, I'm using a coffee and a licorice type of paint. I'm just going to go ahead and squirt the actual paint on top of it itself just to make painting a lot faster. And then I'm going to do the inside of it black just because I'm going to be lighting it on fire. And sometimes the Palo Santo will actually touch the black part. I just didn't want it to ruin the paint, but this is totally up to you how you want to paint it and what's going to go with your decor at home. Now that it's all painted, I'm going to do some designs on it, kind of make an Aztec kind of decor. I used a paintbrush that I just trimmed down to make little kind of circles or triangles all around the middle of this Palo Santo holder. So all I'm going to do is just go around the entire middle part of it. And then I just added some dots. That's just a leftover stem piece from a flower arrangement that I had. So once you're done decorating it the way you want to, I would suggest covering it up with Mod Podge. The Mod Podge I'm going to be using is the gloss one, not the matte, just because I'm going to be having fire around this and I just want to make sure that it's sealed nicely. So I'm going to cover the entire Palo Santo holder with this gloss Mod Podge. That way it has that protective glossy layer. And here is the final product. You can see that I'm using a big Palo Santo stick here, or you can use a small one and it will hold. The leaf also, I just painted a gold on the outside after it dried, as well as gave the gold detail in the middle. And now I can use my incense sticks anywhere I please, and I think it turned out fabulous. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like these type of content, and hope to see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.